My name is Jeremy Walter. Used to be a glasser here in the factory at Laminations for 10 years. Had the opportunity to buy the factory 5 years ago, so now I have the job of running the factory. We are a manufacturer and wholesaler of surfboards, so we supply shops around the UK and Ireland.
My name is Peter Lascelles. Most people know me as Chops, and I run a surfboard business, have done for, in the UK for over 40 years, and before that in Australia. Oh well, technology in this thing, you know, years ago, when it first started, it was just more like a pantograph, like a copy machine, you know. You still had to hand shape the plug and then you copied it. Where modern day programs, like the two programs that I use, which is the Accu program and the French Shape 3D, allow you to roam. They allow you to be creative with your design. And if you've got the inbuilt knowledge already from, you know, how many years or how many thousand boards you've ever shaped, you know, whether you do it on a screen or do it on a blank, by hand, it's still having the vision and the conceptual idea in your head of what you want the finished article. So you just have to understand the medium that you're working in. That you know, CADs do allow you to be much more flexible in terms of your design work and where you want to go all the time, and you can range everywhere because it gives you that time to do it.
My name's Larry and I'm the shaper, sander and finisher at Laminations. Been working here for on and off for 20 years for Beach Beat, and at Laminations factory here for about 5 years, I think. Most of them off a machine these days just need a minor adjustments more than a major reshape. So I template them and then you're roughing out the cuts that come off the machine, which are pretty fine. They're not really deep grooves or anything. And then I'm cutting in the rail by hand, which is still a really important part of it. It's easy to fuck a board up from doing too much or too little on it. And it's just about fine tuning it really, which is like all the pads that are up here. They're all different grade paper on each different block. It's all for doing a different part of the board. It's just about blending everything in to a nice curve that fits into the wave.
My name is Rob. I've been here for 6 months and I'm the laminator. So Larry gives me the board. I blow the dust off it and then I glass the bottom. Then when that's gelled, I turn it over and I just paint a little bit of resin on the edge of the lap. And then the next day I sand that lap and glass the deck. And then I filler coat the deck. Then I grind the lap and then filler coat the bottom.
It's essential to have a good team because you rely on the person before you to do a good job. So without good communication and without skill, it's also really important. Everybody has to know what they're doing.
Every one of the staff in each of the departments is proud of what they do. And through a factory, none of it is rocket science, but we have to work as a team. Otherwise we begin to let down other people's work. You don't want, for instance, the fiberglasser spoiling a spray design that the sprayer has done. He works very hard to do top quality sprays. You don't then want the paint moving or spoiling during the fiberglass process. Likewise with everybody, it's definitely a team job to produce top quality surfboards.
My name's Sean Skilton and I do the finning up here and the dings and bits and bobs, sanding as well. Well basically, yeah, Rob will give me the surfboard, then there'll be dots on the board, so I just basically draw a line with a ruler, connect the dots. Then I have like a little jig that I put in and mark out where exactly the plugs are going to be. So then I use a little sharp implement, punch them through, and then I get the drill bit. And then there's 3 different stages with the drill. First routing them out for the main hole, then pop out the bits of foam. And then on the side fins, use another bit that goes straight down to the deck, so it scratches the deck of the surfboard so it gets a better bond. And then after that, put the plugs in and fill them with resin, and then make sure with plasticine, make sure the angles are right, because that's really important, because if the fins are up too straight, then the board's going to be too stiff, and if they're out too far, it's going to be too loose, so you kind of need to get them just right.
Surfing is getting bigger every year. More beginners are taking it up every year. 10 years ago, it was the beginner side of surfboards that would keep UK factories afloat. Pay the rent as you will. That was taken away from all UK factories very quickly, almost overnight, with the mass production coming from Asia. That entire market disappeared.
When Skippy's finished installing the fin system, whatever fin system it is, I take it out of the laminating room into the sanding room, and generally always start sand down the plugs with a hard pad, and then sand the bottom and top with a slightly softer pad with different grade paper on it, and then go over the whole board again with an even softer pad with a finer grade paper, and then finally do the rails with the machine with another fine grade of paper. And it's all machining, the rough machining, and then it's basically smoothing out all the little cuts and nicks from the machine, and blending everything in to how it was shaped.
I do feel the UK market is coming back towards UK built surfboards. Customers are beginning to ask where this board was made. They understand the difference in quality. So I do believe the UK market, the UK factories are beginning to feel customers come back to them, and that's all good. And obviously qualified shapers, qualified glassers, sprayers will give you a much better product. Custom designs aren't available from somewhere such as Asia, having custom shapes, custom sprays. So yeah, I would like to think that that we're making a comeback. UK surfboards, UK manufacturing is making a comeback, and I'm very glad to be a part of that.